Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today I'm going to execute an idea I came up with last year. I'm finally getting around to it. I have two oversized strawberry pots. And if you know a strawberry pot, boom, boom, it's got holes all along the sides, and then that main one up top. So what I'm going to do today is I had a lot of trees volunteer themselves into other tree plantings and pots last year. So what I'm going to do is carefully remove them from the planting, not to doing my best to not disturb the other root system of the main tree for that pot, and do a little consolidation, if you want to call it that, because I have so many pots, so many trees. It would be really nice to actually have 10 trees growing in one pot. I think it would be like a really unique way to do a forest planting. So my forest, not forest, strawberry pot tree planting, that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, y'all. So this is what I'm talking about. I had a bunch of trees just volunteer and hop in here. This is actually 1 year's growth, a Rose of Sharon. So that'll be the main tree in one of the pots. This one hopped in with my blueberry. I think most of them are maples, hickories, maybe some ash. You see the little babies. Some of them are budding out already. Some are just forming buds. But I feel like, rather than having them in all these different pots when they're that tiny, why don't I get them set up with a little more permanent situation in these? So I have one terracotta pot that I purchased. And then I have one glazed one that Laura's friend, they call each other work wife, for where she used to work. She got it for us 1 year. So anyways, they're really cool pots and I want to utilize them. So this one tree gave me the idea. This thing hopped in there and grew all last year on its own. I lost a tea tree olive that was planted in the main part. And then this one did so well. I said, you know what? Why don't I try this experiment? And then in here, this is the tea tree olive that survived. It got a pruning recently, so I got to raise that one up because it's planted really low. And yeah, I'm psyched. I'll be able to recycle a lot of soil, and I'll be able to turn that into my veggie and fruit garden beds this year. So I have a ton of bonsai soil coming in, but I figure since these are seedlings and these pots are already filled, they're not technically bonsai pots, why not just use what I have? Psyched. All right, so you know my beautiful bride, Laura. She's got a gift from a client. It's the first part of the name, and then Let. Can you show your belly, baby? Yep, so Kraslet, so last name Krashevsky. And I guess they had a little family joke where they would call themselves their last name plus Let, like a little piglet, little baby Let. So I thought that was a fun little gift. So yep. She's rocking that, and she has graciously agreed to do one of these pots with me because essentially it's going to be like transplanting 20 trees, and it'll take me forever, and I have soccer on in less than 2 hours. So anyways, we might do a little bit of this, just talking, and then I'll probably put it on a time lapse to save memory on the phone and save you all the time of watching how repetitive it's going to be. But basically, we're going to take all these little volunteer trees and get them in the strawberry potholes. Probably have to add a little bit of soil. We'll get to recycle some soil. Where Laura's main tree died, so she'll be planting this awesome Rose of Sharon we pruned up the other day up top. I have this tea tree olive that we pruned up that I have to move up because I don't know what I was thinking when I planted it, but it's about 6 inches below the top of the pot. Whoa, got some roots. Yeah, I'll go like straight down over there and then just turn it towards the tree to pop it out. Yeah. This is all an experiment, people. Don't try this at home unless you want to. But don't blame me if it doesn't work.
Just trying it.
Wow. So this one, fragrant tea tree olive, smells amazing. But last year, one of them just, actually, I think I got them both like end of season, bare root, kind of like it's going to die at the nursery sale. And this one came in, and the other one didn't. That's what happened. So it just never came in. So it's kind of like a plan to have a plan. Because we grew strawberries, but we grow them in our garden out in the right near the tree farm. We don't do those in pots. Look at that, root lamps. So I'm just going to set it to the side. That's really dry. I have to water it heavily today. I just watered yesterday, so that shows that this big pot, it drains away from the roots. I have a mixture here of seed starter potting mix and some coffee grinds. So because of the storms or whatever they experienced down there in Texas, that's where the majority of my bonsai soil I ordered is coming from. So it's like we're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and the tracking number, you click it and it's like still in Texas. So wow. You know what I would do? I would just put it in there with that and then fill around it. So why disturb the roots, right?
Okay, get it out of there. A lot of roots.
That's crazy. Oh, it's enough.
I can't fit it in there.
You can't just push it down like that. See why I said gracious?
You should do that part.
See why I said graciously helping me? Because I'm such a pain in the ass. So I don't necessarily want it centered, but I want it more centered than it is. I'm just going to manipulate it a little bit. Of course, now there's too much.
There you go.
It's better, right?
You had way more finesse with that than I did.
You were
Like
pushing
just
it
shove
down.
Just shove it in there.
Smashed it in there like the roots.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna add the soil. Just pat it down.
Sorry to give you a little mini heart attack there.
I'm by no means an expert. I'm just an annoying perfectionist, as it should. So, like, you want to like nestle roots down into the soil.
It's all crooked. Nestle.
Nestle. We nestle it. Yeah, that's cool. All right, y'all. I could already tell this is going to take like a million years, so I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you on a time lapse and go. right, so after a nice cleanup montage, and we made a mess. These are the final products. So the one that Laura did, you see she had a little bit more dominant trees, a little bit more challenging, and she had to do a couple of prunings just because they were way too big. But my goal is this year to just kind of let them grow, see what direction they take. You see some of them are just kind of like little sticks coming out, little baby seedlings that might have germinated towards the end of the season. You never know. Or maybe it's a slower grower. And we'll see where it goes. So the Rose of Sharon pot up top, those have nice purple flowers, and there's a couple more babies in there. And then mine, the trees weren't as dominant, but we have the tea tree olive up top. I didn't prune any of these. We'll just see what direction they take. I mean, some of them are really tiny, you know, and then some are, you know, developing some nice branching already. So this is going to be a little fun project. I think I've now invented the most difficult to carry pot because you have to hold it from up top unless you want to be getting stuck in the face by a tree. So, and you have to hold it away from your body because you don't want to disrupt the trees. So anyways, fun. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. I had a lot of fun doing this one with Laura, and I'm even more excited about the English Premier League and the Champions League both airing today. So I'm going to get this video edited, these pots put in a nice sunny eastern-facing window, and hopefully I'll have some nice updates for that for you in the future. So have a great day, y'all. Cheers.